Chen Xing was living an ordinary life until fate brought him face to face with a beautiful woman named Song Xiang. She was extremely worried because the partner who had invested in her gym suddenly decided to withdraw his money. Without that investment, the gym she had worked so hard to build would be forced to shut down. Seeing how helpless she looked, Chen Xing introduced himself as a professional investor. Song Xiang was surprised at first and thought he was joking, but Chen Xing immediately asked for her account number and invested in her gym without hesitation. The money was transferred successfully, and Song Xiang couldn't believe her eyes. From that moment on, Chen Xing became the largest shareholder of her gym. Excited and grateful, she decided to show him around and went to change into a different outfit. When she came back, Chen Xing couldn't help but admire her beauty. But before the two could leave, Chen Xing suddenly noticed his ex-girlfriend standing nearby with another man. Song Xiang quickly realized what was going on and offered to help him. Soon, Chen Xing's ex-girlfriend and her new boyfriend, Long Ji started mocking him. They looked down on him and claimed that he could never compare to Long Ji. His ex-girlfriend proudly showed off the expensive yoga clothes and earrings that Long Ji had supposedly bought for her. She even mocked Song Xiang for having poor taste in men. Just when they thought they had humiliated Chen Xing, an elegant woman named Sister Lu suddenly appeared. To everyone's surprise, Sister Lu exposed the truth. The expensive clothes and jewelry that the ex-girlfriend was bragging about had actually been bought with Sister Lu's money. Furious, Sister Lu slapped the woman and publicly humiliated both her and Long Ji. The couple immediately started blaming each other, creating a ridiculous scene. At that moment, Song Xiang revealed another shocking truth. She announced that Chen Xing had just invested 5 million yuan in her gym. Hearing that, Chen Xing's ex-girlfriend was completely stunned. She couldn't believe that the man she once abandoned had become so wealthy. Soon after, the system settled the daily mission and rewarded Chen Xing with a body enhancement. After the transformation, he felt stronger than ever. Doing 100 push-ups or sit-ups became effortless for him. But before he could celebrate, the system issued a new challenge. Within 3 days, he had to complete investments worth more than 100 million yuan. Chen Xing was speechless. Opening a few gyms obviously wouldn't be enough to complete such a huge task. Not long after, Shen Xin invited him to meet at Tianhai Hotel. There, she introduced her best friend Xu Ran, the chairman of Hongye Group. Recently, Xu Ran's company had fallen into financial trouble and desperately needed funds. To Chen Xing, this was the perfect opportunity. Without even asking too many questions, he immediately agreed to invest 100 million yuan. Xu Ran and Shen Xin were both shocked by his confidence. However, before they could continue their conversation, Jiang Hao arrived. Jiang Hao had been pursuing Xu Ran for a long time. Since she repeatedly rejected him, he decided to destroy her company instead. He pressured the shareholders and forced the company's stock price to fall. Then he offered Xu Ran a deal. If she agreed to become his woman, he would save Hongye Group and allow her to continue managing the company. But Xu Ran firmly rejected him. Enraged, Jiang Hao threatened to completely destroy Hongye Group. Just then, Chen Xing stepped forward. He calmly said that money wasn't a problem and that he would cover everything. Jiang Hao laughed and claimed that at least 40 million yuan would be needed, but Chen Xing simply asked for an account number. The next moment, 100 million yuan was transferred. Everyone present was dumbfounded. Seeing that things were slipping out of his control, Jiang Hao desperately tried to outbid Chen Xing. He raised the price to 50 million, then 60 million, and finally 70 million. Unfortunately, he had already exceeded the budget given by his father. Unable to continue, Jiang Hao was forced to retreat in humiliation. After he left, everyone praised Chen Xing for saving the company. Xu Ran thanked him sincerely and promised to repay every cent. However, Chen Xing smiled and told her that the money was meant to be an investment. Surprisingly, Xu Ran decided to accept only 50 million yuan. Since Hongye Group was her father's lifelong dream, she wanted to remain the company's largest shareholder. Understanding her feelings, Chen Xing respected her decision. Meanwhile, Jiang Hao secretly ordered his men to investigate Chen Xing's background. He couldn't understand how such a young man possessed so much money. Later, Chen Xing logged into his favorite online game to relax. His friend Zhao Zhao immediately invited him to play together. As always, Chen Xing displayed incredible skills and easily carried the team to victory. During their conversation, Zhao Zhao complained that she wanted to build her own gaming live streaming platform. Unfortunately, her parents refused to provide the startup funds she needed. The moment Chen Xing heard that, his eyes lit up. Another investment opportunity had appeared. He offered to invest in her project. At first, Zhao Zhao thought he was joking, but after knowing each other for so long, she decided to trust him and agreed to meet the next day at Changhong Plaza. However, when they finally met, several people immediately looked down on Chen Xing. Seeing his young age and simple clothes, they couldn't believe that someone like him was capable of investing in a major project. Little did they know, they were about to witness yet another miracle created by Chen Xing. After transferring 50 million yuan into Zhao Zhao's project, everyone around was left speechless. Just a moment ago, they had been mocking Chen Xing because of his age and simple appearance. In their eyes, he looked like an ordinary young man wearing cheap clothes. They simply couldn't believe that someone like him was capable of investing in a major project. Some people even warned Zhao Zhao not to trust him so easily. They thought she was being careless by sharing her bank information with a stranger. However, Zhao Zhao remained calm. After all, she had known Chen Xing for a long time, and she trusted him completely. To her, money wasn't the issue. What mattered most was the trust they had built over the years. When the transfer was completed, and everyone saw the amount, they were completely stunned. 50 million yuan. To Chen Xing, it seemed like nothing more than a small investment. But to everyone else, it was an unbelievable amount of money. At the same time, Zhang Hao was desperately trying to find out who had provided financial support to Xu Ran and the Hongye group. Eventually, he found Chen Xing and demanded answers, but Chen Xing didn't even bother explaining himself. In Jiang Hao's eyes, Chen Xing was nothing more than an insignificant nobody. Just then, the daughter of Haicheng's richest man, Lu Fei, appeared nearby. Seeing her standing close to Chen Xing, Jiang Hao immediately came to a conclusion. He believed that the Luo family was secretly supporting Xu Ran through Chen Xing. This thought instantly made him nervous. If the richest family in Haicheng was involved, then things would become much more troublesome. However, after observing the situation carefully, Jiang Hao realized that the Luo family had nothing to do with it. That only made him more confused. If the Luo family wasn't behind everything, then where was Chen Xing getting so much money? Meanwhile, other people noticed how close Chen Xing seemed to be with Lo Fei's daughter. Soon, rumors began spreading everywhere. Some people even assumed that Chen Xing was being supported by a wealthy woman and living off her money. Then someone suddenly revealed another shocking piece of information. He claimed that he had personally witnessed Chen Xing giving Xu Ran more than 60 million yuan. Everyone was dumbfounded once again. If Chen Xing was really relying on another woman's money, then how could he casually hand over such an enormous amount to someone else? Curious, many people turned their attention toward Luo Fei's daughter. They wanted to see how she would react after hearing that Chen Xing had spent so much money on another woman. But instead of being angry, she exploded with rage for a completely different reason. She couldn't tolerate people insulting Chen Xing and calling him a kept boy. In her eyes, Chen Xing was far more extraordinary than they could imagine. As the discussions continued, Zhao Zhao finally revealed another shocking truth. She announced that Chen Xing had just invested 50 million yuan into her gaming live streaming platform. The atmosphere instantly changed. Those who had been mocking him moments earlier suddenly changed their attitude. One man immediately bowed his head and apologized for his rude behavior. Not only that, but he even shamelessly asked Chen Xing to accept him as a younger brother. His sudden change of attitude disgusted everyone around him. They couldn't believe how quickly he had switched sides. At that moment, everyone finally realized something. They had underestimated Chen Xing from the very beginning, because behind his ordinary appearance was a mysterious and unbelievably wealthy investor. No one knew where his money came from, and no one could imagine just how powerful he would become in the future. But one thing was certain: this was only the beginning of Chen Xing's legendary journey, and many more miracles were waiting ahead.